And I was praying for a minute. I took me to her bulletins from last week, and I gave her a bulletin. I said, now that was for tomorrow. And she put it aside. She goes, I better not read it yet. So, I said, well, you can read it. Maybe we just haven't done it yet. So maybe she's reading it right now. In Luke 11, verses 33 to 41, Jesus says, no one lights a lamp and puts it in a place where it will be hidden or under a bowl. Instead, he puts it on its stand so that those who come in may see the light. Your eye is the lamp of your body. When your eyes are good, your whole body is full of light. But when they are bad, your body is also full of darkness. See to it then that the light within you is not darkness. Therefore, if your whole body is full of light and no part of it dark, it will be completely lighted. And when the light of a lamp shines upon you. When Jesus had finished speaking, a Pharisee invited him to eat with him. So he went in and reclined at the table. But the Pharisee, noticing that Jesus did not first wash before the meal, was surprised. Then the Lord said to him, now then, you Pharisees clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside you are full of greed and wickedness. You foolish people, did not the one who made the outside make the inside also? But give what is inside the dish to the poor, and everything with it will be clean for you. Now in Luke chapter 11, we're at a couple of places in the gospel where Jesus is doing a lot of talking. That's what I like about the red letter version. When Jesus is talking, it's not hard to figure out. But he's teaching the people a lot of stuff. He does a lot of talking. He's teaching them from how the disciples are to minister in chapter 10 to the Last Supper in chapter 22. He says a lot of things about the kingdom and how we should live. And so very often we see Jesus talk about light. And he is the light of the world. In the beginning of today's passage, Jesus says, no one lights a lamp and puts it in a place where it will be hidden or under a bowl. Right? Hide under a bushel, no. Right? That's one of my favorite songs because it tells the story pretty well. And that may sound pretty simple. But remember, in Jesus' day, light was important. And a little bit tougher to produce. Because they didn't have electricity. You just walk in the room, flip the switch, and all the lights come on. They couldn't just do that. They had lamps and lanterns, and they relied on fire, and they had to be careful that it wasn't accidentally extinguished or didn't accidentally set the town on fire. So naturally, they wouldn't think of wasting light by putting a lamp and then hiding it someplace. You just don't do that. That would not only be foolish, but it was wasteful, so they didn't do it. Instead, he puts it on a stand so that those who come in may see the light. That's the whole point of the light, is to light up the room, right? Light's meant to be shared. Your eye is the lamp of your body, Jesus says. When your eyes are good, your whole body is full of light. And when they're bad, your body is full of darkness. Jesus isn't talking about nearsightedness or astigmatism, whether or not you need glasses or 20/20 vision. He's talking about what you pay attention to, what you look at. If we focus our attention on the things of God, we will reflect the light of Jesus. But if we choose to look at other things, Maxie Dummon used to say all the time, you are what you pay attention to. And he's right. Whatever you focus your attention on will dominate your thoughts. And if you focus your attention on Jesus, guess what you're going to think about? Jesus. If you focus your attention on baseball, trust me on this, what are you going to think about? Baseball. I can do that too. I can do that too. And there's only one light, Jesus says. And if your body's full of light, no part of it is dark. It'll be completely lighted as when the light of a lamp shines on you. Jesus wants us to light up, and it starts with what's on the inside. The light of Jesus Christ must be in you, and no darkness ought to be there. Darkness is simply the absence of light. You can't produce darkness, can you? The only way to achieve darkness is to eliminate the light. You can't make darkness. Our Christian lives are all about shining that light into the darkness. And we have to shine that light in the very depths of who we are and allow Jesus to transform us from the inside out. And then we can take that light to the world. And right after Jesus is done with his teaching, a Pharisee invites him in to eat with him. Pretty popular thing to do. We do that all the time. Hey, you want to go out to eat? You go out to eat. And Jesus goes to his house and he reclines at the table. When you recline at the table, that means you're ready to eat. So let's all recline at the table. We're always ready to eat, right? We're church people, And I think that's universal. The Baptist thinks it's their thing, but it's all churches like to eat, right? And so we have adults to prove it. So Jesus reclines at the table. They're ready to eat. There's a problem. At least in the mind of the Pharisee, Jesus didn't wash before he sat down to eat. The Pharisees were very adamant about cleanness. They were concerned about the outward appearance of things. And nowadays, one might call that being a germaphobe. I don't know if Pharisees were germaphobes or not, but in their minds, it was about holiness and righteousness. They were focusing on what they thought was important. After all, we still wash our hands before we eat, don't we? But that doesn't make us holy, does it? It just makes our hands clean. So you don't get, every now and then I'll lick something off my finger, and I'll remind myself that I forgot to wash my hands before I ate. That doesn't taste too good. And so anytime you get that finger licking good stuff, you want to make sure you wash your hands first. I don't often wash my hands before I eat. So usually I eat with dirty hands. I don't give it a whole lot of thought. This Pharisee's concern prompts an aggressive answer from Jesus, because the Pharisee somehow thought in his mind that just simply washing your hands made you holy or righteous. It was some kind of ceremonial thing. And so, and in verse 39, Jesus says, "You Pharisees clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside you're full of greed and wickedness. You foolish people," he says, "did not the one who made the outside make the inside also?" You know, Jesus isn't saying the outside isn't important. He's saying inside matters more. He then proceeds to blast the Pharisees. I didn't read the next part, all the woes. He blasts them. He really lets them have it for their self-righteousness, their desire to do things so other people can notice, rather than simply doing it out of love for God. You see, doing the right thing for the wrong reasons can and often is wrong, because self-righteousness is unrighteousness. And Jesus didn't exactly thrill the Pharisees with his comments in verses 42 through 52. And there's some pretty heavy stuff in there where he really gets on their case. But he stated some things that were of crucial importance for living a life of holiness. According to Jesus, the Pharisees, who are supposed to be the teachers, are actually hindering people from trying to enter the kingdom. We have to ask ourselves, there's a lot of problems in the world today. And are we contributing to the problems, or are we contributing to the solution? Ask yourself that this morning. Am I more like the Pharisee, or am I... and it's not about whether you wash your hands before you eat. That has really nothing to do with it. That's an example here. In our culture, everything seems to be designed to make the outside look good, right? And I pick on politicians a lot, and maybe I shouldn't. I don't mean to. I'm not picking on politicians, just bad ones, and not ones I disagree with necessarily, just ones that are only concerned about looking good so they can win, saying whatever they need to say, so I'll vote for them. You see, I'm listening to what they're saying, but I'm looking more at what they do, how they act, and why they're saying what they're saying. Core convictions are almost not allowed in some circles because you might alienate some people. Sometimes I wish they would alienate me, then I can complain about being alienated. That's okay. But they aren't the only ones. We can point to other people on TV who tell you need to look a certain way in order to feel good about yourself. I saw a commercial that it made me laugh. It was for hair coloring for men. And it opened with a line like something like this: "Is your gray hair keeping you from being all that you can be?" And I really felt like I was the target demographic here all of a sudden. I'm like, so I did some soul searching. I was wondering how the color of my hair could help me get ahead. Like you can see, I'm the only one in the room that can't see my hair, right? So does it matter to me what color it is, or even how much of it's there? You ever feel somebody always say, "Well, better gray than bald"? You almost inevitably say that right in front of a bald guy. What am I supposed to say? "Oh yeah, at least I'm not like that, man." So that brings up a Bible principle there. Thank God I'm not like that, man. And so I'm like, okay, is the color of my hair keeping me from getting ahead? I know I have a lot of room for growth, to become a better pastor and a better person, but I'm pretty sure my gray hair isn't something that's a big problem. Is that a problem? Because if I colored it my original color, I may look 15. I don't like looking 15, unless I can get in for the under 18 price. But maybe we should take that up with the SPRC. Maybe I'd be a better pastor if my hair was a different color. If so, what color? When you put it that way, it sounds pretty absurd, because it is. It isn't about this stuff. It's about what's in here. Every hour of every day, somebody on TV is trying to sell an exercise product that'll have you have the body you deserve. Or some type of gas that will improve your appearance so it can improve your life. Well, what we do We do want to take care of our physical bodies and take care of the outside, eat the best we can, try to be healthy. Again, it's not what's outside that counts, it's what's inside that counts. Do you realize there are medical procedures that you can get for just about every part of your body? They now have implants. I saw this the other day. They have implants for guys so they can look more muscular. Come on, lift weights, do your push-ups. It's easier said than done. They cost thousands of dollars. Americans spend an incredible amount of money on medical procedures designed to make certain things bigger, other things smaller, and we focus so much attention on outside appearance, don't we? A lot. If these Pharisees are guilty of it, we Americans are, people are becoming millionaires based on how we feel about ourselves. And in this passage, though, Jesus isn't talking to politicians or plastic surgeons or hair-colored people or exercising people who are walking outside the kingdom. He's talking to a Pharisee, a religious leader who thinks he has his act together. And the reality is he may look good on the outside, but it's what's on the inside. And who are you when nobody's looking? That's what God wants to know, and that's what God does know. That's what God sees. In 1 Samuel 16:7, when God rejects Saul as king over Israel, God says to Samuel, now if you remember Saul was a big dude, looked the part, right? Big, well-built, for lack of a better word, studly kind of guy. David, on the other hand, was what? A little twerp that couldn't even hold up Saul's armor. And Samuel's a little bit concerned. Okay, God, we're gonna shoot down this guy, and we're gonna go to David. And God says in 1 Samuel 16:7, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I've rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Saul's heart just wasn't there. David's was. And I don't know any of you the way that God does. I can see your outward appearance. You all look nice. But I can try to see your heart. You can make me think everything's fine, and deep down maybe it isn't. Maybe you got some real problems deep down inside that you don't want anybody to know. But you know what God knows. And he wants to help you be clean on the inside too. Or are you worried too much about the outside this morning? So I'm not worried about the outside. I don't know. I don't know if the gray hair bothers me or not. And but Jesus says in verse 41, give what is inside the dish to the poor, and everything will be clean for you. So who cares if you have me over for dinner and I don't wash my hands before I eat? Okay, if you tell me to, I guess I will. And but give what is on the inside of you to the poor. And if the light of Jesus Christ is in you, take what's in the dish. Take that light, share it with somebody who needs it. Right? Then and only then will the inside be clean too. You see, I want the inside to be clean. Unless I don't care about the outside, but I don't know about you, I feel better about myself if I'm right on the inside. Right? Let's pray. Father God, help us, Lord, to be clean on the inside. Lord, we want to take care of our outside, but let us be clean on the inside. Let us not be like this Pharisee. Lord, it really doesn't matter if we have everything right for the world to see. Lord, you see our hearts. And so, Lord, clean up our hearts, Lord. If there's anything there, Lord, that isn't right, Lord, and maybe it's something we're not even aware of right now. Make us aware, Lord, and make us clean. Give us as we sang at the beginning, the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb, Lord. Cleanse our soul, Lord, from the inside out, and fill us with your Spirit. Let us be clean on the inside so we can bring light to the world and share, Lord. We'll share what we have with the poor to bless them and to draw them closer to you in your name. Amen.